right, and we're back with another episode, and joining me today, Lydia Sutherland. How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Super hot over here, but I shouldn't complain because we're normally under winter, as we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, starting things off, for those who don't know, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from.
Yeah. I'm a singer-songwriter from Montreal, Quebec. Kind of new to the country scene. I used to do French music, which is pretty wild. But yeah, I just switched over and I've been writing a ton. I'm trying to pursue the writer route, which has been great. And yeah, just writing a ton.
Writing a ton. Awesome. Are you originally from Montreal?
Yeah, I've lived here my whole life. I'm from a small town like an hour outside of the city called Manchester, middle of nowhere, but I love it.
Okay, awesome. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you were also discovered off a show back in 2018. Is this correct?
Yes, I was. I was on La Voix, which is The Voice, the French version.
Tell us your experience on that. Tell us all about that.
It was wild. I mean, like, I never expected to do a show like that. So when they reached out, I was super stoked. It was really weird. Like, I've always been a writer, so I've always like wanted to pursue writing more. I love being behind the scenes. I'm like super shy when it comes to performing. But it was like the most eye-opening experience ever, like getting to perform in front of all those people. And I got to work with one of my favorite singers too as my coach. So it was a really fun experience. It's something like you go through once in a lifetime if you're lucky. And it was the best time.
Awesome. Great. And I was like, oh, I wonder if she'll talk about it like in the actual things. I saw it and I was like, oh, we got to bring it up.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. This past year has been crazy. COVID, pandemic. Tell us like what got you through it. I'm going to assume songwriting for the most part.
100%. I got so into songwriting. I didn't used to co-write before. But over COVID, I had like a bunch of opportunities come up and I've just been writing a crazy ton. I've been doing like 4 writes a day, which has been insane for the past year now. So I've been loving that. And yeah, I've just realized that I really want to be a songwriter, which has been great. Like COVID has changed a lot of things for me. I met my producers over Zoom in a writing session. So yeah, crazy. Like I met my Spenny at first in a write. One of our friends introduced us, and yeah, it's just been like super. I don't know. It's been wild. It's been so fun. It's opened so many doors, and I'm just so grateful that I got to take my time for the first time in my life. Like just, I don't know. I took in my surroundings, and I'm super lucky to have this close circle now that I made over Zoom, which is so crazy.
For sure. And what would you say has been the biggest struggle during this whole pandemic?
The biggest struggle, I guess, like I've been making so many close friends over Zoom. Like some of my co-writers now I consider some of my best friends. So I guess like not being able to travel and see them, but hopefully soon. I'm super excited for that. And recording during the pandemic has been also interesting. I had to travel to Calgary for that, and it was a little weird, but we got through it and safely. And yeah, I don't know. It's been really good for me. I can't really complain. I've just been hanging out and writing a ton and meeting some of the most amazing people. So yeah.
For sure. Awesome. All right. And for those who haven't heard your music before, how would you describe your sound?
Ooh, how I pitched it to my producers at first, because I always knew I wanted to make country, but I wasn't sure what kind, because I lean towards pop melodies a lot. So I just kind of describe it as like Lennon Stella, Julia Michaels on like Maddie and Tay and Carly Pierce production. I love pop music, so it's very pop oriented. We start like with a lot of electric drums and like, I don't know, the base of it is just super pop, and I think that makes it super special.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's talk your music now. Your newest single, Love Me. Tell us a little bit about it and how it came together.
Love Me, I wrote first time I went to Calgary back in November. So it's not that long ago. It's like I've been writing for so long now, you'd think that I would have written it a long time ago, but yeah, it's a newer song. It's super special to me. It's a really cool message. And yeah, I wrote it in Calgary with Justin Cutting, who's one of my producers, Spencer Clark and Chris Yurchuk at a friend's cabin. And yeah, it came together. I guess like the story behind Love Me, my whole life I've been so insecure and so self-conscious, and people have always been telling me like you have to love yourself before anybody else can. And I guess that was super heartbreaking for me, because I think if you're self-conscious, you kind of are insecure for the rest of your life in some ways. And
Yeah.
I was never sure I would fully love myself. And that to me was super sad, because I was like, I want to find love too. Like, I don't want to stop myself at these certain things. And so yeah, this past year, I met a guy around who I just felt like myself for the first time in a long time, if not forever, I guess. And that's how Love Me was written. It's about falling in love with yourself through someone else. And yeah.
Cool. All right. And this is available on all platforms.
Yeah, it's out everywhere now.
Love it. All right. Okay, so you have over like 500 songs in your catalog.
Yeah.
Songwriting. You've written with artists all over. Tell us your favorite thing about co-writing.
Co-writing is so special, because you go into a session and it's super personal, because people share their stories, and it's like an honor as a songwriter that they even consider you for their projects and to share those parts of them. But yeah, I don't know. It's the most special part. Like, it's the base of the song, and it's the base of the artist too. Yeah, I think it's been great. I've connected with people all over the world over the pandemic, and it's been the most special part of my career, I think, yet. It's really opened my eyes.
Awesome. And where do you find most of your inspiration when songwriting?
I love songs. I love breakup songs. So men, but I'd say like all over the place. I mean, like I've always been such a sensitive person, and I'm very sensitive to others' feelings. So I guess like I get inspiration from everyone, from my friends and from my family, and everything that I've been through my whole life. I guess I've always like, it's always been super easy for me to put myself in other people's shoes, kind of thing. So yeah, I guess it comes from my sensitivity. Like I don't know. It's super natural. So it's like hard to pinpoint.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. And what's been the best advice that you've been given in your career up to this point?
I'd say probably just be honest and like take off the filter. I guess like this from my friend Robin, because she's so raw and authentic, and I was always like, how do you do it? Like, how are you so honest? Like, I just see her and she's like such a badass, and I was like, I want to be that. And I guess it's like just being honest and taking the filter off and not trying to make everything perfect, because the truth is that fans connect with imperfections, because we're all like going through the same things in a different way. And I think that's so special. So yeah, just being honest and authentic and accepting your flaws.
Yeah. Okay. First. And Robin, this is Robin Odellini we're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so. Dude, how you're describing it, I was like, that's got to be her. Yeah. You just had a big project come out with her.
Yeah, I co-wrote a song with her and Jesse Slack off of her EP called "Hold Me Back," and it's such a sick song. I'm so happy it's out.
It's probably one of my favorites of her. I'm not gonna lie.
Hope you like it. Yeah, it's so fun. We wrote it over Zoom over a few drinks, a random night. It was the best time ever.
And sometimes the best songs come out of those moments, right?
Yeah.
So awesome. Amazing. Is there one song out there that has like influenced your career up to this point?
I don't know. I guess like,
or influenced you as a person, maybe?
Influenced me as a person. I'd have to say like last year there's a song that came out by Kelsey Ballerini that really I don't know, it just shown me a different side of the project. Like now the whole EP has a concept and everything behind it. But when Kelsey released Homecoming Queen, I thought that was so special and so honest too. So I'd have to say that, like, that kind of vulnerability really inspired me as an artist to want to be more honest and really want to talk about the actual things that happened in my life, like real without a filter, as I was saying before. But
Right. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So I know you're more of a songwriter, but with the single out, are you planning on having any shows this summer?
This summer, I'm finishing up like writing the EP. So I'm kind of like taking a step back from shows. I'm like back in Calgary in September to record the next 2 songs. But as soon as like this EP starts being more structured and we start having more material, I'll definitely be back out for shows. I'm so excited.
What can we expect on this EP?
It's super raw. It's super real. I'm writing like as I go. I'm like picking songs. But yeah, these are all things that are happening to me right now, which is so cool. I think that's what's going to be so special about this EP is that I'm living like it right now, like in the moment. Like every story is like so present. So yeah, we can expect like songs from like self-love to body image and to struggles and breakups, love, everything. There's no filter, so it's going to be like so fun, and I can't wait to see people's reaction to it.
Awesome. All right. And you talk about coming to Calgary all the time. We have plans to move to Calgary. Are you staying in Montreal?
I haven't even thought of that yet, really. Like I'm just so like my team is based in Montreal, so I haven't really thought outside of Montreal yet, but the goal is to move to Nashville. And I feel like since I want to be a songwriter, it makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
But I love going back and forth to Calgary. It's such a great place, and I've made so many amazing friends down there. So I do plan on going there more often for sure.
Awesome. All right. Are you coming for Stampede at all?
No, I can't go. I think I'll be in Nashville at the time around Stampede, but
okay. Yeah.
All right. I hope to go soon. I've never been.
Never been, hey? Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite festivals for sure.
I bet.
Yeah. All right. The amount of songs you're writing, the release of your single. What's next for you?
What's next for me? I guess like keep up with these Zoom writes. I want to write as much as I can for as many people as I can and just release this EP. I'm so stoked to release the next single. We're thinking beginning of fall, so that's super exciting.
Awesome.
And, yeah, just release these songs. I'm stoked.
Great. And all right, last thing for those who don't know, tell us where we can find you on social media.
You can find me under Lydia Sutherland on every platform.
Perfect. All right, guys, go grab her newest single, Love Me. And Lydia, thanks so much for taking the time today.
Thank you so much.
You bet. And yeah, stay in touch. If you're in Calgary, hit me up.
Yes, I will.
We'll hang out and finally meet in person. And
yes.
All right. Well, we'll talk soon and enjoy the rest of the day.
Sounds great. You too.